Papa Jess. Hello everyone, this is Papa Jess. Today is a special day. We're gonna make two kinds of crackling pork. First, I'm gonna make my own recipe for the crackling pork, and the second one, my son is gonna teach you how to make the Filipino style crackling pork. This video is sponsored by High Noon Milk Tea and High Noon Fruit Tea. Very, very delicious. You can check them out on the description link below. Since this is a big slab, we need to cut it into two portions, one for the Asian style and one for the Filipino style crackling pork. We also need to make sure that we wipe the pork to keep it dry. Next, we trim the pork. As you can see, there's an uneven part here, so we can slice it off to have a flattened portion. But remember, do not throw this meat as it is useful in other recipes. Pat it dry again. Take out the moisture. Next is to prick the pork skin using a spike. I use a barbecue stick here, or a paring knife can be used also. You create as many holes as possible, being careful not to poke all the way through the fat, because if you do, the salt rub will seep through and make the pork too salty. This is important as it will yield to a crispier, crackling skin. Next is we apply the salt and the pepper rub to our pork. Make sure you cover all the areas and the other side too. After which, on the skin side, we brush a mixture of vinegar and a small amount of baking soda. After which, we now make our salt crust. We need salt, egg white, vinegar for our salt crust. We mix it thoroughly. Salt draws moisture to the surface, helping to guarantee that you'll get a crispy, crackling pork every single time. And yes, it works whether you do the prickling or not. Rock salt is easy to remove and also will not penetrate into the holes while roasting, making the pork far too salty. Now you place the mixture on the bottom of the tray and place the pork on top of it. Make sure that you cover the whole pork belly with the salt mixture. Then after which, place it in the oven in medium to high heat for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Hello everyone, this is Joshua, the son of Papa Jess. Today, we will make the Filipino style pork crackling. So first off, we're gonna put 4 cups of water, which fills about halfway to our tray, and 4 tablespoons of baking soda. And then we're gonna mix it. So we have to make sure that all of the baking soda is incorporated into the water. So next up, we're gonna put this slab of pork belly, fat side down, into our water and baking soda mixture. So now we have our pork. We're gonna let it rest here for 1 hour, and then that's when we're gonna start our actual marinade. An hour has passed, and we now throw away the water and pat dry our pork belly. Then we put the salt on both sides of the pork belly. Make sure you cover the whole slab. Then we add garlic, onions, then we spread it around the belly. We also add pepper on the fat side. Then we flip the slab over. Then we add chopped lemongrass. Make sure you spread it all over the pork. Here, we also poke the meat and add some garlic. Now we add the pepper on the other side. And we roll the pork, and then we add some butcher's twine. We also add some lemongrass. Now we wait. We put it in the oven for around 40 minutes to 1 hour at medium to high heat on the turbo broiler.
Now after around 40 minutes in the oven, we take out our Asian pork and slowly scrape out the salt crust. At this stage, the skin is kinda rubbery and looks kinda unappetizing. But don't worry, after this, I assure you it will look a lot better. Now we have to wipe all the remaining salt crust out of the pork belly, brush it off. All it takes to transform this ugly duckling into a crispy golden swan is to stick it under the broiler for another 45 to 60 minutes. Watch in amazement as it starts to puff and crackle and become so crispy. Hello again. Now we're done cooking. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Well, we would like to thank Marcus and Crassus
For these
for
wonderful
our
macarons.
Thank you. So let's see what we cooked.
So here is the Filipino version I made, and that is the Asian version my dad made. Both look so yummy. Before tasting, we have to do something first, and that is slicing it.
Now this is the moment of truth. We will taste. Cheers, Josh.
Here's that.
Super tender. Very tender.
Amazing.
Very juicy. Very good. Asian style cooking. Asian style crackling. Amazing. So, we're ready to taste.
The Filipino style belly-chon.
Ready?
Yes. Much more flavorful than the Asian style.
Filipino style belly-chon is much more flavorful than the Asian style crackling pork. So how do you like it?
I like this one more. You can really taste the lemongrass.
So there you go. We have two different styles of cooking. My son and I prefer the Filipino style belly-chon. Although the Asian style tastes good, but
The soft crust works just fine.
the flavor of the pandan, the
onion, the garlic.
the garlic is all in there. So I hope you enjoyed today's cook. We'll be back again soon. But don't forget, click like and
Subscribe to Papa Jess on YouTube.
bye.